I'm May, and this is the Perlinwood channel, and I am here today for the June 2026 vibe session. Alright, and for today's vibes, I'm going back to a very extreme classic, and I just know that my peeps will appreciate. I got the Urban Flora going, Alina Baraz and Galam Matthias. Sorry, fam, but you've been a large part of my life since 2015 when I discovered. 2014, actually. So, yes, for today's vibe, I got Urban Flora going, and then our usual sage to clear the air. So, yes, go ahead and get whatever you need to vibe, because the vibe is started. You know, you don't need too much, just a little bit here and there. A little music, a little clear the air, So yes. I just like to use little pieces for stuff like this, you know, nothing major. Alright, we've cleared the air. Please, y'all, if you're new, open your windows when you sage. Let the negativity out. Hell, even if you don't sage, just open the windows from time to time. Don't let nothing sit around muggy. Okay. I feel like that has something to do with what is going to come up in the vibe session. June. June is mainly a part of Gemini season, tropical astrology, mainly a part of Gemini season and a little bit of Cancer season. So, air quality, the quality of your thoughts and qualities of the things that you speak on, 222, matters. All right. I like that already. So, we're freshening up the air. Okay. The air element is associated with the mental realm, thoughts, communication, and we've been doing a whole lot of talking about that. Gemini, Mercury. If you haven't tapped into the Gemini season 2026 vibe session, go ahead and go ahead and vibe on that. There's a little bit of repeat energy, but we'll get into that. Y'all, I hope the music is not too loud, because you know how that goes. It'll take over the whole freaking reading, or whole vibe session. Alright, we got a plane flying. I'm probably gonna let the Apollo keep going. Alright, you guys, June 2026. I'm gonna keep it real. Today's June 5th. 333. I just started this, you know, like I literally woke up one day and was like, yep, now's the time to take this more seriously. So here we are. I'm not getting down on myself because it's 5 days into June. All right. I guess I can just get straight into it. Let's get into the theme. We got one of a kind. Look at the baby, so cute. And just right off the bat, I feel like this baby represents the stage that many of us are in now. And I've spoken on it a lot. Protecting ourselves in this rebirth. Protecting the new self in this rebirth. So, this is kind of like how we are in this rebirth state. One of a kind. From the moment you emerged into this world, you've had extraordinary talents. You understand starlight, animal voices, and all things magical. Alright. So the theme of June is remembering. Because again, definitely go tap into the Gemini 2026 vibe session. Because a lot of these things were discussed. Okay. Yes. Because in the Gemini reading, we got the energy of rosemary, which is connected to ancient memory. So this is touching on all those things because being connected to the magical realms has been cut off, and we are coming back online. So that's Gemini season. So most of June. The ancient memory. That's what's going to be refreshing our minds and refreshing our imaginations because the clearer we are, the clearer it is we'll be able to see. The more regulated your nervous system and the more you can be within the present moment, the magic is just there. Like, magic is literally all around us. Literally, just the manipulative nature of society at this point in time makes it very easy to not be tapped in. But don't let that deter you. Okay, next theme, we have Damiana, which I feel like showed up in the Gemini vibe session, or one of my more recent readings, one of the more recent vibe sessions. It might have been Pluto retrograde. All those will be linked. Damiana, number 11. We have the Beloved. It's associated with Venus and Pluto. Just get you a second look at the imagery. They both got their red. They got their red and their green. So like root chakra, heart chakra, just complementary colors, And then we have this cup. And then is this a crow or a raven? I'm going to say it's a crow because we also got ginkgo. And then look at this. That might be a raven, you know what I mean? And it's definitely giving Ace of Swords vibes. So victory, breakthrough, clarity. So with remembering your ancient memory of your magical abilities and your connection to magic is going to create some type of breakthrough when it comes to relationships and the way you relate to yourself and the way you relate to others. Totes my goats, please go watch the other Rob sessions because it's all just layered on top of each other. Each has its own distinct message, but there are definitely underlying themes. Okay, now continuing with the theme, we got 8th house mystery. Number 46. Have I been saying the numbers? Ginkgo is number 39. I like to say them because they might mean something. But yes, the 8th house. The 8th house is the house that is associated with death, sex, marriage, shared resources, and things like that. Of course, I have the book. Look at these jewels dripping. And I just feel like these are the jewels that are being remembered. Our shared resources. We share this realm as well as many other realms with all beings. Okay. So this is giving like ancestral inheritance because the 8th house is associated with inheritances as well. So ancestral ancient memory inheritance, and it's going to create a powerful shift in the way we value ourselves and we value our relationships. It's just going to become more clear. Okay. And let's not forget the raven. That's a prominent energy. Let me go get. All right, so I got my books, so we can read more into that. I also want to look into the raven symbolism because I do write the notes down, but I don't necessarily. Sometimes I tap in deeper before I get on camera, but I just get on here and we just vibe. So we're kind of learning the same things at the same time. All right, let's look at the raven. Raven Simone, her too, love her. Shout out Raven, we're Sagittarius, but ravens symbolize wisdom, transformation, and liminality. This is the AI overview, you guys. Known for their extreme intelligence, these birds often represent the threshold between life and death, serving as messengers between the physical and spiritual realms. I'm gonna tell you. Communication with the other realms is opening up. Okay, that's the theme of June. And it is opening up to those with the open heart, pure intentions. And, I mean, it's opening up for all of us, okay? But those that will be able to navigate this season the best are those with the awareness, okay? One of the main reasons I decided to show my face, you guys. There's no point for any of us to be getting caught up in things, you know, especially on the inner front, okay? There's so many of us out here that would love to help. And money is not a problem. It's literally just about your soul being okay. Okay? Because, you know, there's spiritual, emotional, mental, physical warfare going on in some way, shape, and form all the time. Okay? So, again, that's why I'm here. That's why I show up with my vibe sessions. And I'm talking about June, and it's already June. That's why I show up. You never know when somebody will see this. So, you're not alone. The space between life and death. Alrighty. We have some Norse mythology associated with Odin, whose ravens, Hugin, thought, and Munin, memory, travel the world bringing him knowledge. So, thought and memory. Again, please go watch the Gemini season. It speaks on this. Indigenous North American cultures, revered by Pacific Northwest First Nations as a creator, trickster, and bringer of light, symbolizing the unraveling of truth and deep spiritual mysteries. Okay, so this... I hope that's more obvious. Like, my readings are super celestial and ethereal, you know? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of have a hard time speaking on like 3D situations when it comes to these types of vibe sessions, because mainly because like so many of us have so many different backgrounds. Now granted, I'm sure that the way that I show up, I'm sure that there's going to be commonalities and common themes between those of us that congregate at 333. But still, it's hard for me kind of connected to the 3D when I don't really know what's going on. And I'm looking to change that. I definitely, as a journalist, you know, it's easy for me as a journalist and a spiritualist, a shaman. It's easy for me to look at those things and the multi-layeredness that they have. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I'm going to be doing more 3D world breakdowns. So it'll just be easier, because just let me know. Are my reading, do we need more 3D connection, or is everything okay? Before I start shifting things. I just started. Alright, Celtic lore. Linked to the Morrigan, a goddess of battle, prophecy, and transformation. Still reading about the raven. Greek mythology. Associated with Apollo. Apollo is Mercury. God of prophecy and viewed as divine messengers. Okay, so again, divine messages. 444. The angels. Your connection to the angelic realm. Like, we are connected to all these realms. The angelic realm, the elemental realm, the ET realm, you know, inner earth realm. Like, when your heart is pure, you don't know who you can tap into. You don't know who will reach out to you. Be like, look, fam, I got you. You never know. Okay. I would say I have a couple stories. Ever since I've been living a more 3D life, so basically ever since I became a mom, like my experiences like that aren't as common. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do miss it, but I love being a mom too, so is what it is. All right, so the Raven, messenger between realms, messenger in general, just heavily associated with the air element. Okay, and then we have more air element, inner darkness. As you can see, it's associated with the air element, triangle with the line, upright triangle with the line through the top. That is the, I'm assuming, alchemical symbol for air. I'm not, don't quote me. It says inner darkness, hold safe space, knowing patterns, release versus feed. First thing, do not think you're crazy. Do not think you're crazy. Don't add any extra narratives to anything that may come up for you. Okay? No, you're not F word crazy. You're not crazy. If anything, the people that are telling you that you're crazy are haters. But that's neither here or there. Okay? You are a pure hearted being. The rest of the pure hearted beings are like, what's up? We see you. The rest of the people may not be able to see you because their heart is not as pure as yours. And this isn't, as with everything, it's just different levels, you know? Some people just are naturally more pure hearted, and some people have put in an extensive work to make their heart lighter. So, that's really all that it's based on. So, the theme of June definitely, all of it's super connected to Mercury and the way Mercury works and Gemini and all these things. So I would say get in tune with the air element this month, you know, because it is going to be Cancer season starting the 21st, whenever Cancer season starts. But, develop a relationship with the air element this June if you don't already have one. And if you do, maybe just go and tap into it deeper and see what you get. Like, this seems to be a month of ancestral inheritance. I feel like we're definitely leading up to the dog days, the 8-8 portal, things like that. When Sirius and all that stuff aligns, we'll chat about it when we get there. What else do I have as far as the theme goes? I do want to give some numbers. Number sequences. We got 321. I can read about 321. How are y'all feeling about the urban flora? Alright, AI overview. It has angel number 321 is a powerful sign of forward movement, encouraging you to declutter your life and take inspired action. It serves as a reminder from the universe to trust your path, as you are exactly where you need to be to begin an exciting new chapter. In numerology, this sequence is a countdown that distills powerful spiritual energy into focus and new beginnings. Each digit contributes to the overarching meaning of the number. 3, growth and creativity. Represents self-expression, joy, and the connection between mind, body, and spirit. It encourages you to lean into your natural talents. 2, balance and harmony. 2 symbolizes cooperation, partnerships, and trust in divine timing. It reminds you to maintain equilibrium in your life. Alrighty, and then 1, new beginnings and independence. 1 highlights leadership, fresh starts, and the ability to create your own reality through positive thinking. I'm telling you, develop a relationship with the element of air. And then it says, when you repeatedly see 321, it usually means ignite your goals. Your angels are cheering you on to pursue your passions. It is time to step out of your comfort zone and take the first step toward your desires. Trust the process. You are on track. You are right on track. Do not compare your journey to others or feel like you are falling behind. And declutter your thoughts. Let go of lingering negativity or fears that are holding you back. The countdown 3, 2, 1 is a prompt to mentally reset and focus on what you want to manifest. Look at that, y'all. Even gave us a method on how to declutter our thoughts. Okay? So that's what we're doing. We are decluttering our thoughts. We're developing a better relationship. A relationship, or a better, deeper, more intimate relationship with the element of air. June is sounding real tea, y'all. So yeah, that's the theme. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty.